Okay. Hello, from me, my name is Konstantinos Stefanou, and I'm here with my colleague, Daphne Patelou. We are from Line Technology, from Ioannina, Greece, and we are going to present you VIRTUALAND, which is an immersive virtual experience for cultural and natural heritage sites. VIRTUALAND is an inter-reg cross-border project from the cross-border area of Greece and Albania, and it has mainly 4 partners. The Department of Computer Science and Engineering from the University of Ioannina, the Central Public Library of Konitsa, the Center for Economic Development and International Relations, and also the University of Kremsabey from Eurocaster. The objectives of the VIRTUALAND project is twofold. First of all, we try to identify, protect, and preserve the cultural heritage of the cross-border area through highlighting content included in rare, very old, but 2 significant assets included in the library. And secondly, it will act as an attractive touristic package that results to a common reference point for all tourists visiting the area, in order for them to have an in-depth experience with tangible and also intangible assets, so to better understand the tradition, history, and culture of the locals. The scenarios that we have included in the VIRTUALAND projects are mainly 2. And the first one is regarding the connection of the Ali Pasha testimonials to both regions. One note here for the Ali Pasha, he was the ruler of the Ioannina region, which is located in the northwestern part of the Greece in the 18th century, under the Ottoman Empire. And the sub-scenarios are the open market and area of the Ioannina castle, the modern history of 1900s, to study the change in customs and tradition after the fall of the Ottoman Empire, the people of the same era in both of the regions of Greece and Albania, and also the comparison of the lives and clothing in both of these regions. The second scenario is the landscape and natural beauty demonstration through the connection of the cross-border legends, including the Dragon Lakes and small Castelgramos, and similar legends in Albania. And also we will show you landscape and terrain of Greece and Albania in the cross-border region. The equipment that we have utilized in the virtual project is the Oculus Quest Black and Oculus Quest 2 in white color, as you can see here, and also the HTC Vive Pro and the Focus 3. As software, we have utilized the well-known Blender software for making the models, rigging and skinning, the Unity platform for creating the 3-dimensional scenery, and also the software package of Make Human in order to have realistic human models. Here you can see the first slide of the people in clothing, and we need to note that what you will see in this figure and also in the next series of screenshots is things that we have totally made from scratch and not taking anything as a reference. Here you can see rare and historical clothing of this area, of this era of the 18th century. You can see that these were clothing that women wore in the cross-border area of Greece and Albania. Here are also clothes for men. On the left is a figure of an Albanian man of this era, in the middle an Ottoman Turkish man, and on the right a Greek man of the area. Regarding the internal space, a feature of this you can see in this screenshot. Here we have a living room made up of sofas, wooden furniture, metal and wooden items, and also a fireplace, for the creation of which we have utilized references from 2 different museums in Ioannina city. And all of this, I repeat, is made up from scratch. Regarding the landscapes that we will see also in the demo videos that will follow in the end of the presentation, here we have an overview of one of the Dragon Lakes. The second screenshot is a close-up from the greener outer banks of the Dragon Lake. And here we have a third screenshot showing the reflection of the sky into the waters of the lake. Again, I repeat, this all you will see in the demos that will be presented later. As an extra feature, we have here the recreation of old versions of buildings, which were taken as references from historians and also engineers in order to make them most realistic and close to reality as possible. Here we showed cooking stations from the Ottoman area, and also here we have recreated the palace of Ali Pasha from the 18th century, which now serves as a Byzantine museum in the Ioannina citadel. Also, we have combined architecture and landscapes for the local legend storytelling, and here is an example of the temple of Saint Nicholas in Albania, and on the back part it is the mountain with the road of the snake, which is a very popular local legend. Regarding the three-dimensional recreations of cultural heritage objects, you can see here on the left there are references from museum. On the left there are the real items from the museum, and on the right are the three-dimensional recreated objects that we have made using Blender. We have also used animations in order to bring the historical figures back to life with three-dimensional character design and animation, and a very short video will follow in order for you to see the movements of the heads and the feet of the characters as they are waiting in this living room. Here you can see the animations of the characters. You can see the feet of Ali Pasha and also his hand movement. Moving on, now we have the first demo, which is a video that will show you the first scenario of the VIRTUALAND platform. Here, it is a video cast using the Oculus Quest. And first of all, the user can select from the menu in which scenario, sub-scenario he wants to navigate. First of all, we show you the temple of St. Nicolaus in Albania, with the road of the snake behind. Here we saw some stone carvings that follow the legends of the snake. We will not go through details. We just want to show you the recreated terrain and the church that we have made from scratch using references, and how the user can teleport by using the joysticks of the VR headset. You can see now how smooth the control is. I hope you see it in the video. The second stop is the citadel of the Gyrocaster located in Albania, which will see the whole castle, which is also a UNESCO monument. And we highlight the clock tower, which we have built from scratch using references, in order for the user to see how the clock tower is. And it's not worthy to show that we have a narrator in each of these scenarios, which helps the user and provides him with information about the area or the local legend that he wants to hear more information about. When the user wants to exit, he just presses exit and moves on to the other sub-scenario, which is the Ioannina Citadel. Here, the user can see how the Ioannina Citadel was 2 centuries ago. Here we have the character of an Albanian man in front of the cooking areas of that region. The narrator will show information about the history and the geographic area of Epirus. The user also can navigate to the other buildings of the citadel. Here was the Turkish man, and in front of the palace, which is now a Byzantine museum, is the Greek person wearing clothes of that area. Here is also another part of the citadel, which is now the tomb of Ali Pasha, which until today is, as you can see here. Also here are storage facilities of that area with legends that accompanied an Ali Pasha that are vivid until today. Here the user can walk through the whole of the citadel, and once we go through all the building, then we can enter it. We just need to note that this area that we see here is the same as it is until now and visited by tourists in the Ioannina city, which is very touristic and very picturesque. So if we want to go inside to Ontas, which is a Greek-Turkish word for the living room. Here you can see the ruler, the Ali Pasha, his wife and his mother, and here we can see the details of this living room, the fireplace, the metallic items, and also the wooden items that we have taken it as references from two different museums and taken it back to the Blender and Unity in order to make it in three dimensions and also import it in the scene. And the final stop is at the open market of Ioannina in order to see how the traders used to work at that era. Here we can see people working in the open market. Merchants who sell silver items, stuff very famous ITB Ioannina at that time. Then with the teleport in order to see the wooden items and rotate them to zoom. It has also a lot of sound that accompanied with the merchandise. And we need to know that this is a place in Ioannina that it still remains until today. So this was all for the first part of the virtual land scenario, and the second one regarding the landscapes will follow. It's again one video. Regarding the dragon lakes, there are two dragon lakes in small cast in PNP, and a small cast dragon lake. Special orchids that can be found. You can see also here the reflections of the sky and the legend of dragon lake. So can you hear me now? Okay, so I'll just speak a bit louder. You can see also here information about the lake or species that reside in the lake. So we have here an interconnection between the scenarios. From the dragon lake, you can go back to the church of Saint Nicholas that we also saw in the first video, because we need to show the connection between the dragons, creating the dragon lakes, and the road of the dragon snake that is in the Albanian area. And the narrator shows all the details for the interconnection of these two, because dragons were mainly connected to water. Either it was in the form of the lakes, either in the forms of the river, which crosses both countries. And this is another feature that both countries share common folk legends. Now we are back at the Smolkas Dragon Lake, and we will move on in order to the Trinity Dragon Lake. So now we are at the Trinity. So we are here, as I repeat, at the Tinfi Mountain, where we have the second Dragon Lake. Here you can see another species of the rombolo tree, special tree and pictures of birds coming. These dragon legs are very famous also for people that would go hiking, about 5 to 6 hours of walking. We also see some orchids here. This is again a rare species plant. And here the user can exit. I think this is all for the demos. I think we have covered up everything. So we thank you for your attention, and we are waiting for any questions from the audience. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay. So we're waiting if anyone wants to ask anything. Okay. Okay, I hope you liked the presentation. Let's wait a bit longer if there is anyone wanting to ask something. Okay. Should I stop sharing now or wait until the session is over? Yes, okay. Needed, I can share again. Let's wait 1 minute. I don't know. Then we can end if no one comes. Okay, so should we finish? So thank you very much for having us here, and we hope for the best for you and the rest of the conference. So should I leave now? Should I leave the meeting?